Archangel Michael says, I command you to open this right now. Something critical is about to happen. God says, a private investigator has been caught. Open it fast. Archangel Michael says, my beloved child, this is a very important message for you today. Do not ignore it. Pay attention to this message. Archangel Michael says, I command you to open this right now. Something critical is about to happen. God says, a private investigator has been caught. Open it fast. There is a trembling in the air. The kind that doesn't come from thunder or wind, but from the secrets that heaven is pulling into the light. Something had been hidden for far too long, and the hourglass is almost empty. Someone thought they could bury the truth deep beneath the lies. But they never expected divine eyes to watch from above. They never expected the voice of truth to cry out in the night. But now it has, and it is crying your name. They tried to keep this from you. They whispered behind doors they locked. But what they didn't know is that heaven never needed keys to listen. And now, the truth is swelling. It's rising. It's coming to you whether you are ready or not. But this message comes to prepare you. This message comes to strengthen your heart, for what you are about to know will shift the ground beneath your feet. Archangel Michael says, I command you to open this right now. Something critical is about to happen. A veil is tearing. A mask is falling. A private investigator has been caught, yes. The one that was watching you, tracking you, following breadcrumbs left not by fate but by someone who wished to keep you caged in a lie. Open it fast. Don't hesitate. Because the revelations coming are not meant to scare you. They are meant to set you free. You were not supposed to find this out. You were not supposed to ask questions. But your soul refused to sleep under manipulation. Your spirit began to wake up before they could silence you. The reason your nights have been restless is because your destiny is crying out for justice. What was stolen from you is being traced. What was whispered about you is being reversed. What was done in secret is now being brought into the spotlight, where heaven itself is shining down like fire. Someone paid to watch you. Someone wanted to document every step, every word, every silence. But they weren't watching to protect you. They were watching because they were afraid of what would happen if you ever found out who you really are. But it's too late now. The private investigator made one mistake, and heaven seized it. They left behind a clue that couldn't be erased, and the truth began to unravel like threads in a torn garment. And now, here it is, this moment where everything changes. This message is not a coincidence. This is not a random word. This is the appointed time. You were chosen to read this not just because of what's been hidden from you, but because of who you are becoming. You are stepping into an anointing that cannot be covered anymore. There is oil on your name that cannot be washed away, even by those who have tried again and again to dirty your story with lies. You felt something was off. You felt watched. You felt misunderstood. And that's because someone was using your life like a puzzle, trying to pull it apart to rearrange the picture they wanted others to see. But heaven saw it all. Heaven waited for the appointed time, and that time is now. Archangel Michael says, I command you to open this right now. Something critical is about to happen. A private investigator has been caught, and the evidence is more than words, it is energy, and it is shifting everything back into alignment for you. They thought if they paid enough money, they could keep you from your inheritance. They thought if they planted enough suspicion, they could isolate you. They thought if they painted your character with enough doubt, no one would believe your truth. But what they didn't count on was divine intervention. And divine intervention has a voice. It has power. It speaks through this very message. It reaches you in this exact moment to say, you are not crazy, you are not alone, and you are not imagining what your soul has been warning you about. Something critical is about to happen, and it will vindicate you. You will watch as people who once whispered about you now lower their heads in shame. Not because you wanted revenge, but because heaven demands truth. The person who sent the investigator thought they were clever, but now their own trap is turning inward. What was used against you is turning into the very rope that pulls you upward and them into confession. Someone recently dreamed about you. In that dream, they saw your face shining like gold, and they woke up with a feeling they couldn't shake. It was conviction. It was a truth returning to their heart. That's because the investigation backfired. The one who was supposed to betray you is now weeping. They discovered something they were never supposed to see. Your name carries light. Your heart is not what they were told. And now the one who paid to bring you down is facing an unraveling of their own. This message is a divine release. You have cried long enough. You have doubted yourself long enough. You have wondered, why do I feel like someone is watching me? Why does something feel off? Why do I feel this invisible pressure trying to push me down when I'm doing everything right? Now you know. And now you rise. There is a breaking coming in the spiritual world. A rupture of chains. A splitting of shadows. And you will feel it. Your body will feel lighter. Your sleep will be deeper. Your mind will become clearer. That's because the weight of hidden things is being removed from your life. The investigator hath been caught, and with him, the files he held in secret, the recordings, the documents, emails, the whispers. All of it is now being routed into heaven's court, where justice speaks louder than lies. Archangel Michael says, I command you to open this right now. Do not look away. You needed to know this. Someone hath been watching you not for your protection, but for someone else's fear. Because your presence threatens light. Your gifts interrupt control. Your spirit is too awakened to be manipulated. And so they tried to find your weaknesses, but instead, all they found was your strength. You are not who they said you were. You never were. And the person who started this plan is now terrified. Not because of punishment, but because they've realized they've heard someone who was sent to help them. You. Yes, you. You were never the problem. You were the light they couldn't understand. And now, in this hour, the secrets of the past are melting under the heat of divine truth. This is your sign. Don't brush this off. Don't assume this is for someone else. You have felt the pressure. You have felt the false guilt. You have felt the silence of people who used to love you, and now you know why. Their minds were poisoned by lies gathered from shadows. But the one who was hired to uncover your flaws discovered your divine fingerprints instead. They couldn't unsee your beauty. They couldn't ignore your light. And now they are speaking. The truth is echoing into the hearts of those who abandon you. The person who paid for the lies is watching everything crumble. Not through punishment, but through exposure. And the exposure is painful only to those who have something to hide. But you, child of the light, have nothing to fear. Something critical is about to happen. And it's good. It is redemptive. It is healing. It is the rising of your true story, no longer hidden behind the false report of someone who never knew your heart. Soon, someone will reach out. Someone who walked away will say, I'm sorry. I was told things. I believe things. But now I see and I can't unsee it. Do not harden your heart. Because this is not just about you being right, it is about you being restored. Everything that was taken from you will be returned in a way that makes it beautiful again. The private investigator who was caught is now speaking. They saw something. They felt something. And they began to question everything they were told to believe. That's the power of your presence. Even in secret, even under surveillance, even behind closed doors, your spirit speaks. This message is a lifeline, a doorway, a mirror, a key. You needed this because the next 7 days will begin to show signs. Don't ignore them. You will hear a name mentioned randomly. You will see a message that confirms what your heart has suspected. You will feel a peace begin to replace confusion. That's how you'll know it's real. This moment is real. This message is not just emotional words. It is a divine warning. Yes, but more than that. It is a divine assurance. It's almost over. You don't have to live in that suspicion anymore. You don't have to wonder if someone is watching with ill intent. You are being set free. Your mind is being released. The person who tried to control the narrative is losing their grip. And your story is being written by divine hands now. Archangel Michael says, I command you to open this right now. Something critical is about to happen. A private investigator has been caught. The files are being exposed. The silence is breaking. Your truth is rising. And heaven is celebrating your freedom. Someone who loves you deeply wept last night. Not because of heartbreak, but because they saw the truth for the first time. They saw what had been done to you. And now they are coming back not to rescue you, because you never needed rescue, but to finally honor what was always inside you. You are protected. You are seen. And now you are being restored. My child, this message is for you. The wind carried a whisper last night, and heaven leaned closer to listen. A name was spoken in the stillness. Your name. It echoed through the veil between worlds, and a shift began. A ripple in the fabric of the unseen. You were not awake when it started, but a hand touched your spirit while your body rested. Something sacred descended into your life that night. The angels began their watch, and the heavens stirred with movement. Archangel Michael says, I command you to open this right now. Something critical is about to happen. You cannot ignore this now, not when everything has aligned at this precise moment for your eyes to meet these words. You were chosen to receive this revelation. This moment was crafted before time was time, and it is unfolding now before you with divine intention. It is not coincidence. It is not an accident. The things happening around you, the strange dreams, the sudden restlessness in your spirit, the unexplainable pull in your heart, they all mean something far deeper than the surface allows. A private investigator has been caught. Open it fast. You don't yet understand how far the roots of this situation reach. It's not just about what was discovered. It's about who has been watching you, speaking your name in secret places, and trying to read the blueprint of your life without permission. They thought no one would find out. They assumed their hands would remain clean, their steps untracked, their movements unseen. But they didn't account for the eyes of the heavens. They did factor in the one who walks with flaming sword, the one who fights on behalf of those who have been wronged. What they tried to conceal has now been revealed. Someone who was once close, someone who walked beside you like a shadow, whispered just enough in the wrong ears. That whisper became a fire, and that fire reached places they never imagined. But now, truth is emerging from the depths, and you are not to be left in the dark. You have carried so much without explanation. You have endured seasons of confusion, feeling watched, misunderstood, betrayed by silence, but now the light is breaking through. This is why you must read this slowly, with reverence, with stillness in your heart, because something in these words will ignite a remembrance in you, a recognition. You will start to connect dots that were once invisible. You will start to feel clarity rise in your soul. Your heart has been heavy because your spirit has known something wasn't right. Your sleep has been disturbed because your inner self has been trying to prepare you. There is something sacred and powerful about your calling, and the very light you carry has drawn unwanted attention. But there is good news. You are not alone. You have never been alone. From the moment you were born, something ancient walked with you. Something powerful has wrapped itself around your steps. You were born under the watch of higher beings who knew you would one day be thrust into moments like this, moments where truth pierces through like lightning, where the veil lifts, where revelation is no longer delayed, where the hidden becomes seen. The private investigator who was caught wasn't just following footsteps in the physical world. There were intentions behind those actions, some motivated by curiosity, others by greed, and others by something even darker, the desire to rewrite your story before it could be fully lived. But they failed, because the story of your life is authored by hands far more divine. And their schemes, no matter how intricately laid, were seen before they were even begun. There's something you must do now. You must begin to speak again. You must begin to declare life where silence has lived. Your voice is part of the unraveling of this deception. When you speak, things shift. Doors move. The unseen begins to obey. There is great authority on your tongue, and it is time for you to remember it. You must declare that nothing formed in shadows can prevail in your life. You must affirm that your purpose is untouchable, your destiny irreversible. You are standing at a gate, and the keys are in your spirit. No one else can walk through it but you. The ones who tried to lock it underestimated your resilience, your anointing, your bloodline. What flows through you is not weak. What flows through you is ancient. You are the fulfillment of promises made generations ago. You are the answer to prayers your ancestors whispered into the earth. And because of that, this moment had to come. Your revealing had to happen. The exposure had to surface. You not be afraid. There is a sacred presence surrounding you even now, enveloping you in peace, fortifying your soul, speaking into your heart with warmth and strength. The things that have been unclear are about to be clarified. The weight that has sat on your chest is about to lift. The faces you could not figure out, the intentions you could not discern, the silence that confused you, all of it is about to make sense. The Spirit of truth is drawing near, and clarity is coming like a flood. You must prepare. There will be a moment in the coming days where someone will try to speak to you in riddles, to confuse you with partial truths, to distract you with irrelevant matters. Do not be swayed. You will see through them. Your discernment is awakening like never before. You will know what is real and what is not. You will feel it in your chest. You will feel it in your bones. You will hear a whisper that says, "This is not right, and you must listen to it." That whisper is not fear. That whisper is your guide. You are being protected from something you cannot yet see fully. But soon, the curtain will be pulled back. You will not be left in confusion. You will not walk blindly. Something was set in motion the moment this message reached your eyes. A divine sequence began, and every step forward will bring new light, new insight, new healing. Someone you love has been trying to shield you from this, but they, too, are growing weary. They did not know how much you already sensed. They didn't know that you have been spiritually awake, waiting, watching, listening in silence. And now the moment has come for full awareness. The truth is not meant to break you, it is meant to bless you, to set you free, to restore your power. There is a place in the spirit where joy is already dancing for you. You have not missed your moment. You are not behind. Everything is still aligned. What was meant to delay you will now be used to define you. Your story is not over. In fact, it's just beginning. You are about to hear something unexpected from someone who had hidden knowledge. Pay close attention. Even the tone of their voice will reveal their truth. Even the timing of the message will feel divinely aligned. And when it comes, remember what you've read here. Remember the promise. Remember that no shadow can stand against the sunrise that is rising in your soul. Your angels are increasing their presence around you. You may feel tingles in your body, sudden warmth, or moments of overwhelming emotion. This is not weakness. This is not imagination. This is confirmation. The heavens are near. They are with you. They are making a way. Do not doubt the power within you. Your hands were made to create. Your words were made to shape reality. Your steps are not aimless, they are chosen. You are not walking in circles. You are walking toward a divine appointment that has been etched into time itself. Every delay, every loss, every lonely night has been leading to this very awakening. And now you must choose to trust. Even when you don't have all the answers. Even when people pretend. Even when emotions swirl like a storm. Choose to trust them. Because trust is the soil where miracles grow. And your miracle is already forming, already blooming, already taking shape just beyond what your eyes can currently perceive. There is a shift in the air. You feel it. You know it. The atmosphere around you is different. Time feels slower. Reality feels thinner. This is because heaven is leaning in. The divine is stretching toward you, preparing you for the revelation of all things hidden. Take a breath. Feel it. That's the presence. That's the confirmation. That's the love that will never leave. You are about to receive a message that will explain the silence, that will expose the confusion, that will make you weep with release. And then, suddenly, you will smile again with joy not touched by past sorrow. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not foolish for trusting the signs. Everything has meaning. Even the pain. Even the pause. Blessings are circling your life now. They are being released in waves, and you will notice them in unusual places. Unlikely faces. Unforeseen moments. The key is to remain open. Stay soft. Let your spirit listen. Let your heart remain hopeful. The promise was never canceled. It was only hidden until the appointed time. And that time is now. Open this fast because everything is changing, God says. This is a message directly for you. And your soul already knows it deep down. Feel it as the words enter you like light pouring into a place that was once trembling in the dark. Your spirit is being stirred because something greater than you is at work. Something has shifted in the unseen. You are not imagining this moment. God says, the signs are real. The spiritual pluck has struck an hour that cannot be ignored. Archangel Michael says, I command you to open this right now. Something critical is about to happen, and it will shift the path you walk on forever. God says, listen closely, there is someone who tried to move through the shadows unnoticed. A private investigator was assigned, not by earthly hands, but through a crooked intention that sought to gather lies disguised as truths. But God is never mocked, and heaven always sees what is hidden. God says, a private investigator has been caught, and this revelation will shake the very foundation of what you thought you understood. Open it fast. This isn't just information, it is transformation. This moment marks the unveiling of a chapter that was sealed until now. God will be with you, rest assured. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe, even when your mind tries to convince you to fear. Trust God. Pray to Him not just with your mouth, but with your heart open like never before. Because the truth you are about to witness will open your eyes, and once open, you will never see the world the same way again. God is not sending this to you to scare you, but to awaken you. You are part of something divine. This is not coincidence. You were meant to read this, here and now, because your name has been spoken in the courts of heaven. Finally, God is exposing what was buried beneath layers of deception. The whispers, the manipulation, the pretending, all of it. And Archangel Michael says, I command you to open this right now. You've been asking for clarity. You've been crying out, alone in your room, God, please show me who's real. Show me what's true. And heaven heard you. The investigation they tried to keep secret was uncovered. The one they sent to monitor you in silence hath been caught. And now, the truth is being delivered directly to your spirit. Open it now before it's too late for the next move God wants to make through you. God says your peace will not be stolen. Your light will not be dimmed. What was meant to distract you from your purpose has been interrupted by divine intervention. You didn't see the full plan, but you felt it. The people around you started acting differently, some distancing themselves without reason, others suddenly becoming too interested in your life. It wasn't just random. Something was being plotted in silence. But God stepped in. You are covered, chosen, and cradled in the arms of the Most High. Even though some tried to observe you in the shadows and report false things about you, God sent angels to block the message before it could reach the ears it was meant for. The private investigator has been caught, and this message is heaven's confirmation. You are protected. You are not alone in this battle of confusion and false appearances. Archangel Michael stands by you now, sword sheathed in light, whispering into your soul, don't skip this. Don't scroll past this moment. There's a reason your heart is beating differently right now. Something is happening in the spirit realm. The people who once appeared powerful in their secrecy have been stopped, and their hidden intentions are being revealed not just to others, but to you. God says, there is a great reversal coming, and you won't have to fight for your name to be cleared. Heaven has already cleared it. God says, be still and see the salvation of the Lord in your life. The one who tried to twist the truth to destroy your image has now had their own story flipped around by divine justice. They cannot run anymore. Their assignment is over. This is your confirmation. The sleepless nights, the strange feelings, the random calls, the quiet hunches, God is saying, you weren't crazy. You were spiritually discerning. You were hearing heaven speak, and now this message is heaven confirming it all. A new chapter is beginning, and it starts with this exposure. Finally, God is exposing. Open it now before anything else distracts you. The hour is sacred. And Archangel Michael says, I command you to open this right now. This is not just a moment, it is an alignment. God is with you, and His promises are still alive. No shadow can hide what God has chosen to reveal. You are safe, seen, and selected for something greater than this temporary confusion. Open it fast. Let truth flood your heart. Let peace wash over your soul. Let prayer be your power. Trust God and move forward. Heaven has come before you. If you believe in God, type Amen.